And that's how you get dressed for a wedding shoot. Okay, guys, we're talking about getting dressed today. I don't know. That sounds way better in my head.
You made me change.
I'm getting changed.
You just brought your shirt down.
This is a great lesson on a great lesson. This is a great what do you call this? What do we call this? A great video on what to wear for your winter shoot. Mm-hmm. So, and the guys typically get ready last minute. So just so you know, this is a great representation of what it's going to be like.
Fair. That's absolutely fair, actually.
But we also take like 2 seconds to get ready. Yeah. So it's like, does this shirt smell all right? It smells decent. Okay, yeah, we'll wear it.
You can't smell through the camera, so you're good.
Okay, so we're talking about what to wear for your shoot, whether it is an engagement shoot, a family shoot, another kind of couple shoot, a wedding. We're gonna go over a couple different options. Anything I'm missing there with shoots? Even like a mini session. If you're doing like a fall mini session, winter mini session.
I still don't know what that is.
It's just a small session. It's where you do a bunch of them in one day as a photographer.
Oh, okay, so, that makes sense. Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna be talking about what to wear and let's get started. So typically, let's start with like maybe just like a quick like family session, for example. So family session is also gonna be the hardest one because everybody's gonna be wearing. There's gonna be a lot of people wearing different things.
Coordinating.
Yeah, coordinating between everybody. So
that, and if you have little kids in the winter.
Let's go general overview. Let's go general overview first, and then we'll go into the more specific sessions. So when you're at a photo shoot or a video shoot, I would say one of the most important things actually is to make sure that you don't have any small patterns.
Yes.
So these are almost like on here, there's some smaller patterns. That's almost too small.
Yeah.
But don't worry about those. That's probably fine. Like if you're wearing plaid, that's typically all right. When you're wearing like some dress shirts though, and some like nicer shirts, it will sometimes really, basically like they're really, really small patterns, really fine patterns. It causes what we call a moire effect. So that makes it look like your shirt's moving. Even in photos, you have these crazy like, I don't even know how to describe it. Just look it up, a moire effect.
An illusion almost.
I don't have any small patterns on this right now. Of course, don't keep them around in our room. Maybe over there, one of those shirts might do it. But
in the pile of clothes,
I think in video, it literally like moves without like if the camera moves just a little bit, then it's like
it literally looks like
crazy.
Like those illusions that you see the pictures where the picture kind of looks like it's moving. Yeah. That's exactly what the moire effect looks like.
And it's basically the sensor readout speed and all that kind of stuff.
It hurts your eyes when you look at it.
Yeah, and then the photo, it actually captures that single frame where you have this like crazy, like it gives extra lines almost through things.
Yeah.
Like lines that aren't actually there with the small patterns. So,
you don't want it. Is the
avoid that at all costs.
Yes.
And if you have to test it out, I think would a phone probably work? I don't normally see it on my phone.
If you can pick it up on the phone.
Because the phone sensor is so small, I think it reads out fast enough. Mm-hmm. But it really depends on the camera sensor. So when in doubt, just ask your photographer. Maybe send them a picture. Okay? You can always send, or if we're your photographer, videographer, then just send us a picture.
Send us a picture and we'll tell you
if it is or not. I'm going to cause any issues. So that's number one. Yeah. So really avoid small patterns.
Small patterns, no go.
And then make sure you're wearing, we're talking about winter and fall, mainly winter now. But make sure it's something warm too. You want to stay warm. You want to be comfortable in your shoot. But don't wear like a poofy jacket unless that's what you're going for. So it really comes down to what you're going for.
Yeah, what vibe do you want from your photos, from your video? That's going to be like the main.
Like Christmas, you can wear red and green.
Yeah.
But then if you're doing like an engagement shoot, maybe don't wear one person red, one person green.
Yeah. Unless you're going for the Christmas vibe, I would avoid it.
Yeah. Let's see. What is like another? What's like our number 2?
See-through clothes. Make sure that there is no like if you have like a big knitted sweater that you're wearing, make sure that you're not wearing like a bright colored bra underneath for those ladies, or if you've got like or you're wearing like a shirt underneath it just so that you can't see that kind of stuff because it will get picked up on camera if the lighting hits you just right. So just make sure you're
flash as a photographer.
Oh yeah. So just make sure you're keeping wary of that as well. Don't wear like super
skin colored. Like, you have that like
I have
you have like this thing that looks like a jumpsuit. It's a jumpsuit, and like it's like almost skin colored.
It is. basically my skin tone. And I wore that to a shoot the other day, and it like the photos, I definitely look like I'm not wearing any clothes.
It's your like photography jump shoot though, because normally we're not in the photos,
no,
so we're not worried about. I mean, I typically like wear all black when I'm. Ooh, that's another point right there.
Yeah.
If you wear all black, sometimes you're gonna look like a floating head.
Yeah.
So be careful wearing all black. I wear all black so I blend in and I don't show up very prominent if I do get in a photo or video.
Yeah.
So just make sure that you're not wearing things like black or like
super dark clothing.
Super dark.
Dark clothing's okay if you have like a dark shirt and lighter pants.
And you can wear black.
Yeah, but just be wary that you might look like a floating head.
Depends on where. Taking your vibe. That leads us to our next point.
Your
really.
vibe.
Your vibe and then your environment.
Oh, your environment. Yeah.
Both of those. I mean, you want to go for you gotta think about what you're going for, right?
Yep.
Like, what are the obviously Christmas shoots? Wear something Christmassy. If it's colder out, I mean, people are gonna like when they look at a photo. If they see you in shorts, don't wear shorts for a shoot. But if they see you in like a short sleeve and it's like snow on the ground, they're gonna be like, well, they're gonna think you're in Colorado, one. But I guess
probably.
But you get my point. Like they're gonna be like, that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't like unless it's like bright sun and you're in Colorado, you like see people skiing in like shorts.
Yeah.
But yeah, try to wear nice stuff and keep in mind that a lot of times it will be from head to toe sometimes. So you'll get some photos that will be head to toe. So if you're wearing flip-flops.
You got to think of your shoes too.
Yeah, so think about your shoes. Think about everything's got to kind of go and match, obviously, and blend together. Mm-hmm. But also with your environment and partner. So what I mean by that is, like, I'm going to go in the environment. Maybe you talk about your partner and matching with your partner.
Yeah.
But, like, environment, like, if you have a lot of greens, you probably don't want to wear green anyways. But
don't wear green.
Don't wear green. Or if you have a lot of like darker browns and stuff in the place you're going to have the photo shoot, don't wear darker browns because you're just going to blend right in the background.
Yeah.
You might look like a floating head or something like that.
If you're going to be in snow when it's like a whiteout snow condition.
Don't wear white.
Don't wear white.
Yeah.
Or wear like gray or like you can wear like a gray on the snow and it'll pop a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Color.
It's still a color on the snow is typically best.
Yeah.
But talk about maybe like partners. Like I mean we've shot shoots where one partner was wearing purple.
Yeah.
And then the other partner was wearing like another like a green. Yeah. Like
but that was the vibe they wanted to go for.
That was the vibe they wanted, right?
Yes.
So they wanted to be they were a little more flashy. They like that flashy look. But if you're not into that flashy look, don't wear bright colors.
Yeah.
Because it can sometimes get enhanced with the photos.
Exactly. So like what we're wearing right now, like he's got a blue and gray on right now and I've got gray.
Yeah.
That's a good compliment. So even though we're not completely matching, we don't have the same exact sweater on, that's complementing each other. You want to make sure that the colors don't clash. So like if you are going for a more Christmas vibe, finding something that's not going to be like a bright red with like a more muted green, finding the same color tones that go together. You're just basically creating that picture. Yeah. Literally creating that picture of what you want.
Yeah, I mean like for example too, like I like dark blue a lot because if you're thinking about like complementary colors and stuff like that, a complementary color to dark blue is orange. And skin tones, trust me, I know this because I do a lot of editing of skin tones, are typically more of like an orangish red in that realm, more orange than anything. So your skin tones are typically more orange. So if you wear blue, that's like the opposite spectrum of the color. Like when it's hard to explain to people who don't do editing because I just explain the color wheel that I use to do the editing. And they probably don't deal with that a whole lot. So
exactly, you think
about it's almost like art class, but sometimes digital colors can be a little bit different than like the art colors where you mix them and stuff. But just think about like complementary colors and it's basically we're talking about color theory technically. Yeah. But if you just think about the complementary color, typically that's a normally safe bet if you want to stick out. So like typically you're gonna see this. It's gonna be very pleasing to the eye. To see blue and then like skin tones, like a darker blue color, and my skin tones are lighter, so seeing that lighter is kind of makes you stand out a little bit more, right? So it makes me stand out, like you can kind of see my head doesn't like blend in or whatever too. But you don't have to wear the complementary colors, and I'm not like pushing this 100%, but If you wear like red, for example, that might blend in just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But again, Christmas vibe. I don't know. Red's kind of like. I'd probably wear a darker red if you were red.
Yeah, like a maroon or like a burgundy or something like that. Something that'll
goes well. Your skin tones. If your skin tones are a little bit lighter, if you have darker skin tones, then you maybe try on like this gray might be nice as well too.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think this one washes me out a little bit. I think, but
because you're like. You're not like if you just look at it right now, like I'm really sticking out with this.
And I'm not
I feel
popping
and you're not popping as much.
Exactly.
So and you also have a mic right in front of your face, so like, just kidding. Well, not even self-conscious.
I just want people to hear me.
But yeah, I mean, when we get in the editing room too, we can make some adjustments. To some of the colors, but I would not rely on it because it could really it's going to drive your photographer crazy. And
it will.
And two, it's just going to be a lot to deal with. So maybe we dive into individual sessions and talk more about that. Do we miss anything on the? We're just kind of going off the cuff with these.
So environment, vibe.
You can match your eyes, like going with your eyes, like kind of like
true,
complementing your eyes or matching with your eye color is typically another good one if you're going to get a lot of close-ups too, like headshots, stuff like that.
Well, one of my favorite pictures though, I'm wearing white and my eyes are green.
Oh, nice. So
actually, no, it was a yellow sweater. So maybe that's more closely to green.
That also reminds me that don't overdress too sometimes. Like sometimes people are like I gotta be really nice. I mean, it depends on your shoot, right? So if you're doing a family shoot, you don't have to dress really nice. You can wear sweaters, stuff like that.
Yeah, comfortable.
You don't have to wear a suit jacket and stuff like that. But just make sure you're wearing something somewhat nice, but also make sure you're matching with everybody else.
Yeah.
For example, like a family shoot, you got a lot of people to match with. Coordinate somewhat within that.
Yeah.
But if you're doing like an engagement shoot, like typically engagement shoots, you're dressed nice, but not like super nice.
You're not to the nines.
Not like you're gonna go to a wedding or not even like you're gonna go out for dinners or sometimes it's okay. Depends on how you dress when you go out to dinner.
Yeah.
But sometimes you might even go out to dinner before your engagement shoot. So,
yeah. You also want to keep in track of the weather too. So like in the winter or when it's snowing or when there's more inclement weather, that type of thing. Avoiding the dresses, that kind of stuff for comfortability, unless you're going to be inside in a studio. Yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I mean, let's dive into the specific shoots individually now. So let's start with family shoots. So family shoots, again, it's gonna be hard. You got to organize a lot. You got a lot of people to deal with. I mean, it's not the end of the world, though, if one person's wearing an off color. I mean, they might stick out a little bit more, though, so keep that in mind. I would probably stick to more neutrals for a family shoot.
Yeah, neutrals, like your browns that are not gonna be skin tone color.
Your browns, grays. Darker grays.
Your blues, those are gonna
even
be
like
good.
Dark blue, nothing like bright, no neon, obviously.
Yeah.
No bright blues. Bright blues are probably not a great idea.
If you're gonna do a family shoot, if you're gonna do an extended family shoot where there's a bunch of people in the photos, I would say pick a color, tell the whole family, hey, wear this color.
Yeah.
Or give like a color scheme and say, hey, wear one of these colors to the family shoot, because then you're gonna match a little bit better.
Yeah,
if you're just doing like your immediate family with parents and kids, you have a little bit more control over what your kids are gonna wear.
Because you're gonna see them
before they leave.
Hopefully.
So yeah, hopefully they're not hiding anything in they're underneath their jackets. But you can coordinate that one a little bit better and be a little bit more intentional about like what colors everybody's wearing, and you can be a little bit more expressive in that sense. But if you're gonna do a larger family session, just pick a color scheme or like 2 colors to have everybody wear. I think that works the best.
Yeah, so I mean that's probably good on families. I mean, just like kind of try to match, don't go too crazy with it. Typically not everybody has that exact same vibrant color. So you just got to make sure you find something that's neutral that a lot of people probably have.
I would avoid white if you have little kids. If you're going to go out and do a session in the middle, like if they're going to go someplace that's they can get really dirty.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're anywhere but inside a studio, make sure that your kid's not wearing white unless you're okay with it getting really dirty.
Oh, maybe we go into maternity next, and then we go to engagements.
Yeah.
So maternity, just because it's on my mind, like I just shot a maternity. We don't shoot a ton of maternity shoots and stuff like that, but I have been shooting some for friends, and I'll probably get more into it. So with that, you typically want to wear more of like a dress. Is typically the best. Like it's typically the most flattering, and then you can kind of like show more or less of the your bump.
Yeah.
That's kind of like don't wear sweatpants. That's not the vibe you're going for. That would be pretty cool actually. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge. That's actually
sweatpants and a sports bra. I think that would be pretty cool.
A sports bra. In the winter. Yeah. We're talking about winter shoots here.
Yeah.
Well, dress would be hard though in the winter though.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, if you're gonna do a maternity shoot though, you're most likely not gonna be like hiking far or going super crazy places. So you might be able to get away with it if you're staying closer to your cars. Make it quick. Make sure the person who is pregnant is not freezing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like general maternity. I mean, for the guy, just something casual. Even like a plaid shirt, something like that.
Something casual that will match complement
that.
what she's wearing.
Yeah.
You just want to, again, make sure you're complimenting.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get our cat.
Yeah, our cat she's being annoying over there.
Keep talking.
But you just want to make sure you're complimenting and not clashing. And then, for the maternity, you just want to make sure that, like, if you want to show off the bump, if that's the thing that you want to do for your maternity photos, you're wearing something that'll show that off. So like a dress or maybe like a tighter fitting blouse, something like that.
I'm back. Okay, let's move on to engagement shoots.
Yeah.
I'm back. Engagement shoots, typically, here's kind of what I like top of mind if I could get a shoot on my perfect engagement shoot would be colors that go really well together because it's showing like you guys coming together. So if you get really deep in the storytelling stuff of this, if you guys have like two colors that kind of bring. We didn't mention this, but bring like for couple shoots, typically bring multiple outfits.
Yeah.
So you could do like two colors that are kind of like different from each other. Maybe they'll come like blue and like maybe don't do orange, but like blue and like a yellowish color, tan, and then you can like maybe not tan either.
Don't do tan.
I'm trying to like give an example. I'm doing a horrible job right now. It's like on the Christmas stuff with like green and red, right?
Yeah.
So like, but then as you go, like then you wear the same color. Like maybe you guys like take a couple. Like this is getting really deep here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you take a couple photos like separate of you guys wearing two different outfits. And then together wearing the same, very similar colors or the same colors. That would be really cool, in my opinion. That's like my dream engagement shoot. So
from our engagement shoot, we did two outfits. So I
typically
wore,
two is a good number.
Yeah, I wore like a white dress with like red flowers, and I'm pretty sure you wore like a red dress shirt.
Was it red dress shirt or my blue dress shirt?
I think it was
I can't remember, guys.
I'm pretty sure it was red. And then when we changed into an outfit that we both had. Like we had a matching t-shirt that we wore with jeans and our running shoes.
Wow, we did that already without me even thinking about it.
I know. So that's kind of the vibe that we're talking about is like if you want to go deep into the storytelling, you can do stuff like that.
Yeah, we're that's kind of looking into like color theory and like more deeply into storytelling.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like, but for engagement shoot, I mean, just wear something somewhat nice, make sure it's you though, especially for engagement shoots. I feel like you have to really make sure it's you because it's like, it's going to be typically your announcement for your wedding. Yeah. So just make sure it's you in terms of that. But yeah, I mean, engagement shoots are similar to even elopements, but elopements typically dress up just a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
And maybe the bride or the female's wearing a dress or something, right?
Yeah.
So you have like something like that typically as well. So, I mean, maybe we'll segue into weddings and elopements. So, weddings typically are wearing a little bit nicer than elopements. Depends though, it really depends.
Yeah, even with a wedding, like a winter wedding, you're going to be inside most likely the majority of the day. So having that strapless dress or the more like not coverage on your shoulders and stuff for the dress is okay to have.
Maybe not worrying about bustles and all that, but that's a whole, we can make a whole video on this, honestly.
But, and then when you go outside, maybe you have like a shawl that has like, maybe it's like a mink shawl or something like that.
For winter, yeah.
For winter to keep yourself warm.
Those dresses aren't warm.
No, they're not.
They're not warm.
They're not.
You definitely need like a little, like even bring coats even. So if you're not taking photos and videos, you might want a coat.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, for the most part, we're not going to drag you out to go, if you're in a traditional wedding sense, we're not going to drag you away super far away from your venue and go walk for miles. You'll have opportunities to pop back inside and warm up.
I mean, maybe if you're in an elopement, we might be. Well,
that's different though. The elopement is different.
That's expected. You got to keep in mind too, when we're taking photos, some things are expected.
Yes.
Like you got to kind of match what is going. Like we mentioned this briefly earlier, but you got to kind of match what's going on in the environment. If it's cold and snowy out, then people are going to expect you to be dressed for cold and snowy weather.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen a lot of brides who have, especially for winter weddings in Colorado here, they have snow boots that they switch into after the ceremony's over. They'll wear their nice heels for the ceremony, and then afterwards they'll switch into snow boots and we'll go trudge in the snow and get those amazing photos.
Yeah.
And videos and stuff like that. So keep that in mind from top to bottom. We can always hide your shoes in if you don't want them to be shown, but I have seen so many brides who do that, and it looks cool because it matches the environment, like you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, just gotta think about it. I mean, like honestly, when it comes down to it, ask your photographer, videographer, and typically, if you're watching this video, we might not be your photographer, videographer, but typically, I think this is mainly going to be going out to our couples and our families and stuff like that. Who are trying to get photo shoots done. Oh, and then maybe the last one, like headshots or a single portrait session, senior portraits in the winter. Typically, senior portraits are in like fall, but in the winter, if you do a senior portrait, you want to do a senior portrait.
Those will be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, just keep in mind the skin tone colors, your environment. Those are the main things.
I mean, if it's for school, make sure you have something that represents
you
and your school or something like that. If that's the vibe you want to go with.
Maybe your sport. If you're really into the sport, you're going to college for that sport.
I will say in like the
headshots can be a little more formal.
Yeah, headshots and
depends on the industry though. So I would say wear what you wear in the industry. In my opinion, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, but I would say headshots and senior photos are going to be the most changes that you're going to do throughout the shoot. Like, you're going to change your outfit more frequently. Like, you're going to have more stuff going on.
I think I wore one outfit for my senior portraits.
Oh, I had like 5 outfits.
You had 5 outfits?
Yeah.
Oh, so I don't shoot. No, I was kidding. I'll shoot senior portraits. I just haven't done I don't think I've done a single one yet. So,
and we went to 3 different locations too.
Wow. Okay. I stayed in one location. That was it.
I got a lot. I
was not really into it as much. That was way before I was into photography, videography.
Yeah.
But yeah, did we cover everything? Would you say?
I would say
for the most part.
Yeah.
We're off the cuff here, so hopefully this was a helpful video. And yeah, you know what to expect from the guys getting ready. They get ready last minute.
They do.
For the most part.
They do.
Yeah.
Or they're ready way before you are, and they get something on their outfit.
Like
so they
weddings.
Have to change.
The guys are always ready.
Way before.
Ready.
Witty.
Already. Way before the females. And they're just
hanging out.
They're out hanging out.
If they do drink, they're most likely drinking already.
So make sure they get to the venue late, so they're not drinking too much.
Hammered. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks for tuning in the video. I hope that was helpful. We're trying to make these shorter, so this one was very short, but we're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it. We just like to talk.
I guess so. You like to talk. Just kidding.
You talk the most.
I do talk the most. All right, bye guys.